Hello! My name is Fatima and I'm a self-proclaimed maker of magic and peddler of stories, otherwise known as the co-founder and chief branding officer at Zehra Studio. And today I wanted to welcome you to the pilot series of Magic of Myth. This is a passion project of mine that I'm super duper stoked to be finally launching and sharing with you. My goal with this series is to just talk. Joking. Really though, I wanted to create a space for myself as well as folks who feel passionately about storytelling and the myths we share to connect, inspire one another, whether that's through film, music, visual arts, and or social media content that we consume on the daily. Now, since I can remember, I have been a sucker for stories. That is how I made sense of the world around me, how I connected with other humans, and how I even found a vocation in the first place. My vocation as a brand developer and designer at Zehra Studio. Growing up, I spent my summers reading classical and contemporary novels, from fantasy and sci-fi to drama and mystery. I would often spend my evenings watching movies with my papa, who would carefully curate them for me. I would even make myself mixtapes, like actual mixtapes with cassettes and all. So basically, I was constantly consumed and inspired by my stories that surrounded me. However, I didn't realize how important stories have been for me in our world till I read *Sapiens* by Yuval Harari. The thesis of the book essentially is that we as species have come as far as we have, while no other species has even come close, mainly due to the fact that we have the ability to tell stories. It is the stories that have united us, inspired us to cultivate cultures and communities, and it is stories that continue to evolve our collectives. So after reading this book, I made it a mission to set myself on a path to fully embrace my vocation as a storyteller. I continued reading, polishing up my understanding of storytelling, and explored several different career paths that incorporated it. I delved into photography, copywriting, social media management, design, and finally came to find my soul's vocation, brand development, which for me is the culmination of everything I've explored and is fully powered by my love for storytelling, as that's the main potion I use to activate the magic of my brand as well as my clients. So, back to the series, because I realized I just got sidetracked by all these other things. Why did I even create this series in the first place? Well, while I love what I do, I had been craving an outlet where I just play. You know, there's no agenda, no strategy, just me being me and talking about the one thing that I'm so passionate about, stories. In fact, to be completely honest with you, this series has been directly inspired by Joseph Campbell's show, The Power of Myth, hence the name Magic of Myth. And his words have been pivotal for me on my journey to embracing storytelling as a way of life. So, what should you be expecting? Well, honestly, everything and nothing. Like I mentioned, it is all about storytelling, so I'll be discussing stories in the mainstream culture, from movies, TV shows, to music and visual arts, and how we are constantly influenced by the stories in our personal and professional lives. So the goal with this is to create a new playground for us to explore stories in all of its glorious forms and to find inspiration to tell our own stories, whether that is for our brands and or our beings. And there will also be a Discord community that will be launched shortly after the series commences. I have added a link to join the waitlist. My goal is to form this community ASAP, because just like anything that I do, my goal is to always form communities. So, like I said, there's no fixed agenda here, just an intention of cultivating a magical playground for us where I can add a dose of enchantment to your evenings and also create a space for some wonderful, wholesome conversations all about the magic of myth. So, thank you once again for being here with me, for joining me on this new journey for my brand. And I've been so grateful for you, because you've always been the main source of my inspiration to do any of the projects that I do. So, thank you once again. I'm hoping to find you in the community so we can talk about stories, inspire one another, to tell each other stories, and to just build a more wholesome tribe, space, a collective where we can come together and just harness the power of storytelling.